Evers. I'm the Learning Gardens Program Coordinator at Oregon Food Bank. So people give us a lot of different reasons for volunteering. A lot of our volunteers come as part of a big group, so they might be coming with their employer or their church or their youth group. And actually today at our volunteership we had a big youth group. So people will come because their organization has a culture that supports volunteerism. We always have a task list every morning with all of the things that we might need doing. So you're never going to show up at the garden and not have anything to do. And it's always based on what's happening seasonally. So this time of year, we're in August right now. So right now we're harvesting a lot of beans, a lot of tomatoes, a lot of zucchini. In the fall, we'll plant cover crop, we'll plant garlic, we'll do a lot of sheet mulching to try to keep the weeds under control. And then in the springtime, we do a lot of prepping beds for planting, pulling up cover crop, putting on compost, putting in our organic fertilizer mix, sharpening our tools, getting everything ready. The cool thing about the type of work that we do out here is that it's different every single day. And it's different from week to week and season to season. So if a volunteer comes regularly, they get a pretty full picture of what it's like to really grow a good portion of your own food. So we rotate crops for a couple of reasons. One, if we had corn growing here every year, corn is a really heavy feeder. It requires a lot of nitrogen. So we would be drawing nitrogen out of the soil on a continual basis. And any pests that are associated with corn would know that this is the place to go for corn. So by moving things to another section of the garden, we're breaking up that pest cycle, and we're also giving the soil a chance to recover. So where the squash is, where you all are standing right now, next year we'll come in and we'll have beans there, and beans are a nitrogen fixer. They have nitrogen fixing bacteria in their roots, so they'll restore some of that nitrogen that was lost back into the soil. By doing that, we keep our soil from depleting because we don't put chemical fertilizers on our soil, so we have to do these other types of practices to keep things healthy. We have a lot of kids that come to the garden, especially on Saturdays. They come with their parents. In the summertime, they'll come on Tuesdays and Thursdays as part of our volunteer shifts. And we also have youth who come as part of our Cooking from the Garden program. And I think that, you know, I probably don't need to say this because we all know that we're pretty disconnected from where our food comes from at this point. And being able to help children, help young people make the connection between the stuff that they've seen in the grocery store, the stuff that they've seen on their plates, or the stuff that they see in a restaurant, and an actual garden where it's actually growing is really powerful. And it's really exciting. People get really excited about being able to see where's a tomato coming from? What does the plant part of a potato look like? How deep do carrots actually go into the ground? It's a very powerful experience to sort of watch somebody realize those things for the first time.
We have a huge garden here at the Oregon Food Bank, and as well they work in the garden, so they get involvement with the chickens, they see how food is grown, they get to harvest food, see the various chores, and then at the end of every class we always sit down and eat together. So that's a huge part of it. We cook together, we eat together, and then we clean together. And we actually sit down, which in this day and age, unfortunately, with people eating in their cars or eating standing up, a lot of families or even individuals are not sitting down at a table and eating anymore. And that's always a huge part of my class, is that we sit down and have a meal together.
Do you want to do a salad together? Or? Yep, you can. I just dress it with, I have some lemon here, olive juice, salt and pepper, and that's it.
And it's just the arugula?
Yep.
Wow.
God, that's amazing.
Really? So exciting. One of my main goals and one of my beliefs is that you can create community through food. And I think a lot of times, even if they don't necessarily want to change their eating habits, they get a lot out of being around people and having people care about them and showing interest and talking.